Alright, so step one, whenever you want to do something with WordPress, is either to consult the class site or consult the good old WordPress codex. Codex.wordpress.org is the repository for everything that you could ever want to know, and oh, this is nice. Child themes is right there because it's such a common thing that people want to know how to do. So we highly recommend you read this documentation. It's excellent. It explains all this stuff probably in a more poetic and wonderful way than I could possibly do. So it'll also give you the simple everything about how to make a style sheet. But we're going to walk you through that right here. So the first thing you want to do is go to use CyberDuck to access the files of your domain. And since I'm over here on my example 1 WordPress installation, let's go to example 1, WP content, and themes. And so you'll see that I have 3 themes here, 2012, 13, and 14. And likewise over here I have 2012, 2013, 2014. And so I'm going to make a new folder. Just call it My Child. Create that. Go inside of it, and I'm going to create a new file inside of that. And just call it style.css. And let's go and check, let's consult with the documentation. So, all that you need to have to create a child theme is essentially just the theme name and the template. So we'll go ahead and edit this. Now, for whatever reason, I really don't know why, the theme name and the template have to be inside of a CSS comment. CSS comments are just a slash and then a star, and then you put your stuff inside of it, and then end it with a star and a slash. So theme name, colon, and then the template name. Template name, or is it template file? Template. This, of course, is going to be the name of the theme that you want to copy. And what exactly is it called? The name of the theme is going to be exactly as the folder appears. So I want to make a child of 2012, so I'll just copy its name. Alright, so if that all went right, then we can go back to our theme manager, and it should appear in there. And there it is, My Child. It doesn't have a picture. All you need to do to have this picture is just have any image. So I'll just take a screenshot. This is going to look really stupid. And then title it screenshot.png. And put it in your child theme folder. This is totally superfluous. You don't need to do this. Don't worry. There we go. Looks really dumb, but whatever. So let's activate it. And let's see what happens to our site. It's all messed up. Why is that? The reason is because a child theme, essentially all that you need to have is just a style sheet. So it goes and looks at the style sheet and it sees that we have no rules in it. So that's why what was a pretty site is just plain HTML. This is a nice little lesson for you that remember how everything looked beforehand, and now it just looks like that's an H1, that's like an H2, there's an H3, there's an unordered list. Your WordPress website is just a whole bunch of HTML elements that have been styled in a certain way. So we need to import the original style rules from the 2012 theme. So let's go back to the documentation. And there it is right there. This is the first line of code that you need to have in your child themes style sheet. Now we're not using 2014, we're using 2012. So at import URL, and then the value of this thing is going to be ... What ... does is that, so it starts in this directory called my child. ... tells it to go up one. So now it's in this directory, and it finds the folder 2012, and inside that folder it finds style.css, and it imports everything from there. So with some luck, that will have been imported the style rules. There we go. So it looks exactly the same as it did when we were using 2012, except it's not 2012, it's my child. It looks the same, it acts the same, it constructs the pages in the exact same way, and it's our original theme. Well, not original, but it's our theme. And so now we can actually get to changing things around. So if you'll remember back like 8 minutes ago, maybe 9 now, we were talking about how we wanted it to have the titles of each page appear in a different font. So if I remember correctly, it's entry title is the class of the poster page titles. And so let's say font, family, Courier. And there we go. About, as we say in Canada. Now remember, if we wanted to do that with the old theme, then we would have to go and search through the lines of code and find exactly where entry titles get their font, and then remember where we did it in case we want to change it around. Here's another one, or let's say that we want the site title to be a different. I do not know why this keeps popping up on my Firebug. It's really annoying. Anyway, what is this called? There we go, H1, the site title. Let's change its font. Helvetica. That's different, right? I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember what it did look like. Let's try something a little more, let's see, cursive. I don't know if that's a web safe command, so let's see. There we go. So, as you can see, to recap, we're using our own child theme, which inherits basically the theme that we bought or the theme that we downloaded. We liked a whole bunch. We thought it was amazing, but it just needed some little tweaks. And so we have this nice, neat style sheet that we're able to make changes with, and only the changes that we have made will appear on this sheet. Everything else, all those beautifully, very perfect coded 1,754 lines of CSS are going to be there, but whenever we make a new rule, it's going to override the original one. So I guess that's about it for that. We'll go more in depth on some more things in a later video.